Everybody, it's Amanda and it's day one of the low spend month challenge. You guys, we are starting January low spend month and whew, it's going to be a fun ride. I actually have the calendar. If you want to participate in low spend month, I will put a link down in the description box for you to participate, and you can get a copy of the calendar, a copy of the inventory sheets, a copy of the family favorites list, and the newsletter to stay up to date. So it's just signing up for our email and you get it for free sent to your email box, and that's how you get it. So make sure you check that out down in the description box. But today, for day one of the low spend month challenge is always a complete inventory of what you have. Because one of the things that we do, because we do this twice a year, we do January and June low spend month, and we do it twice a year for a couple of reasons. One, to keep our budget low, and two, we want to go through every 6 months what's in our pantry, make sure we get a complete inventory of it, know what's in there, and try to eat through it so we're constantly refreshing what we have in our food storage. So first thing we have to do is make sure we understand what we have on hand. So I'm going to take you through my freezers and my fridge and my pantries and tell you every single thing that I have in my house. And that will help you, because I think when you see how much you actually have, because when you look at the cabinets and stuff, you probably don't think you have that much. But when you start counting and start looking at things, you're like, wow, I forgot I even had that. So let's go to my big freezer. We'll look at that first. I'll show you what's in there, tell you what's in there, and then we'll go into the kitchen and see all the things that are in there. So come on with me. Let's go look at the freezer. So here's what my freezer looks like, and you can see that on the door I have like fruit and veg, and I do have one thing of hot dogs up there. And then up here I have my whole chickens, and then some loose items and some more meat, and down there I have some more packaged meat. It's kind of hidden back there, so you might not see it. But let me give you the full list of what's in here. All right, so in that freezer, this is what I have. I have 12 whole chickens, 1 whole turkey, 2 pounds of tilapia, 1 package of boneless, skinless chicken breast, 2 bags of hot dog buns, 2 hamburger buns, not 2 bags, 2 individual hamburger buns, 1 package of 24 Hawaiian rolls, 6 packages of pizza sauce, 1 bag of frozen spaghetti, 2 packages of vegan frozen beefless tips, 1 pound of ground beef, 10 pounds of ground turkey, 8 pounds of ground turkey sausage, 4 bags of frozen broth, 1 package of split chicken breasts, 11 packages of frozen chicken tenderloins, 1 package turkey hot dogs, 1 bag of broccoli cuts, 1 bag of California blend, 1 bag frozen bananas, 1 bag frozen ginger, 2 bags broccoli florets, 1 bag of strawberries, and 1 bag of chopped spinach. Now that's my big freezer. That's my storage freezer. I do have a freezer over my refrigerator in the kitchen, and that one's the one that I use kind of for staging things that I'm going to be eating soon. So we'll go look at that one and we'll talk about what's in there. All right, so this one's not as neat looking because this is the one that I actually like eat from most of the time. So you can see it has some like fruit and veg that we keep on hand, hash browns. And over here we have some more fruit and veg. Like this right here is just like for broth, like little cut ends of broccoli and onions and things that we use to make broth. And the rest of this is actually ones that we use in recipes. So let me tell you what's actually in here. So what I have in the fridge freezer is 1 bag of blueberries, 2 bags of jalapenos, 1 bag of olives, 2 bags of chopped celery, 1 bag of broth celery that I showed you, 1 bag of broth onions I also showed you, 1 bag of bananas, 1 bag of Oreo crumbs, 1 bag of chicken breast patties, 1 container heavy whipping cream, half a bag of hash browns, half a box of turkey breakfast sausage, 1 Oatly non-dairy ice cream, 1 bag of peppers, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1/2 bag of broccoli florets, 1/2 bag of mixed fruit, 1/2 bag of tropical blend, 2 individual chicken breasts, and 4 bags of cooked turkey. That's the freezers. Now let's talk about what's in my refrigerator. All right, if you've been following me for the last few years, I still don't have things on these shelving units. You know, we got a new stove last year. This year my goal is to get a new fridge and a new dishwasher. But anyway, so up here in this, we have probably what most people have, a little bag of condiments. But everything else, this is just my one little thing that I keep the large items that will fit on the door. And then of course I have the 2 crisper drawers. I have some veg down there with the milk. And up here I have all the condiments that normally would be over here, but I don't have the liners. So, and there's some leftovers. You can see my leftovers there. So let's talk about what's in the fridge. All right, so here's what's in the fridge. Hope you're ready for this. 1 bag of olives, 6 pounds of carrots, 8 lemons, 6 pounds of apples, a half gallon of milk, a half a quart of vanilla oat milk, 2 quarts jalapeno slices, a little bit of cranberry juice. It wasn't even enough to even say like a quarter of a bottle. 3 pounds of shortening, a half a bottle of maple syrup, 1 bag of kale, a half a bag of spinach, 1 head of cabbage, 2 peppers, 1 package of celery, 1 cucumber, a half a pint of grape tomatoes, 1 bag of condiments that I showed you, 2 eggs, 3 packages of cream cheese, 1 package of sharp cheddar, 2 packages of mozzarella cheese, 3/4 of a package of extra sharp cheddar, and a small bag of shredded cheddar, 1 package of corn tortillas, a half a package of turkey lunch meat, a half a package of turkey pepperoni, half a package of butter, 1.5 packages of butter, a half a package of plant butter, a half a bucket of Smart Balance, a half a package of vegan cheese, 1 package of flour tortillas. This is my leftovers. I have 6 cooked steaks, 1 container of shredded chicken barbecue, and 1 container of mashed potatoes. I also have 3 biscuits. I have 1 bottle of ketchup, 1 bottle of mustard, 1 jar dill pickles, 1 jar mini pickles, 1 jar applesauce, 2 containers sour cream, 2 pints heavy whipping cream, 1 vanilla coconut creamer, a 1/4 pound shortening, 2 half jars of mayo. So instead of somebody waiting until one's finished, we have 2 half finished ones. A 1/4 jar of salsa, 1 jar of jelly, 1 jar of Grey Poupon, 1 bottle of chocolate syrup, 1 bottle of caramel syrup, 2 cranberry juice concentrates, 2 hot sauces, 1 sriracha, 1 soy sauce, 1 Worcestershire sauce, 1 Italian dressing, 1 ranch dressing, 1 Caesar dressing, 1 jar of horseradish, 1 jar chipotle mustard, 1 jar of vegan bacon pieces, 1 container cornstarch, and over here I'm going to show you at the top of the fridge. Do you see up there? This is actually just an empty egg carton, but my husband has a little bit of coffee in here. We have 1 bag of Tim Hortons coffee. Back behind this, we have 2 little individual packages of Marshmallow Matey cereal. And then back over here, we were given 3 containers of Folgers coffee for my husband for a gift. So we have those stored up there. That's the top of the fridge. And while we're at it, let me show you over here on the counter, right here, we have a half a loaf of bread. Ooh. And 2 packages of lavash bread. So that's just sitting there on the counter. So I'm going to tell you about my under cabinets next. Now right here on the bottom right, I keep just a few fresh items and some rice. And then over here on the bottom, I keep my canned foods and my seasonings. So that'll be a little bit more to talk about. So let's look at the under cabinet first. All right, so down here on the bottom, you can see we have just a few things. Right here we have about 5 pounds of jasmine rice. We have, in a couple of different bags, about 10 pounds of white potatoes. We have 3 pounds of sweet potatoes. Up in here we have 6 pounds of onions, kind of one bag over top of the other. And then underneath there we have 5 cloves of garlic. And that's all that's kept in that cabinet. And here's my other cabinet. Now I have all of my seasonings and spices and things over here. On this side I have like my vinegars, and I have a little container that has the loose packages. These are mostly my baking spices, and these are my seasonings and spices. Down here I have all of my cans, and so back here is like extra dressings, extra hot sauces. These are all of my beans. These are fruit and veg, and I do have the coconut milks here as well. And then this is the other items. So this is that cabinet, and let me tell you what all is in there. All right, it's going to take me a little bit to read this. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is this bottom part with all the cans, okay? So I have 10 chipotle peppers, 10 cans of chickpeas, 11 cans of diced tomatoes, 6 cans of pumpkin, 1 can of pizza sauce, 1 can tomato sauce, 1 can of tuna, 4 jars of hot sauce, 2 quarts jalapeno slices, 4 cans of green beans, 2 cans of peas, 1 can of mixed veg, 1 can of olives, 1 can sweet potatoes, 1 can applesauce, 1 can tomato soup, 1 can cream of chicken soup, 2 cans evaporated milk, 5 cans coconut milk, 1 can pineapple chunks, 8 cans of black beans, 9 cans cannellini beans, 6 cans chili beans, 2 jars of cheese sauce, 5 jars of pasta sauce, 1 jar salsa, 1 jar mayo, 1 jar real peanut butter, 1 jar tahini, 1 bottle of Caesar dressing, 1 bottle of French dressing, 1 bottle of barbecue, 2 white pizza sauces, 1 jar Grey Poupon, 1 bottle of steak sauce, 1 full bottle of vegetable oil, and a half a jar of peanut butter. And then I just have the tiniest little bit of vegetable oil in addition. Didn't even put that on the list, but I'm just showing you what's there. Oh, let's talk about the seasonings and spices. That's going to take a minute. All right, so I have 1 bag of yeast, 1 bag olive oil and vinegar. Those are the individual packets. It's in a bag. 1 bag of rainbow sprinkles, 1 1/4 bag powdered sugar, 1 1/4 bag brown sugar, 1 bag pure cane sugar, 3 vegan gravy packets, 2 brown gravy packets, 2 taco seasoning packets, 1 Shakeology cafe latte packet, 3 watermelon Kool-Aid, 3 balsamic vinegar, 1 red wine vinegar, 2 bottles rice vinegar, 1 1/2 jars apple cider vinegar, 1 jar white vinegar, 1 jar sesame oil, 1 jar extra virgin olive oil, 1 jar hoisin sauce, I'm saying that so wrong, 1/4 jar molasses, 1 jar liquid smoke, 1 jar pure vanilla, 1 jar almond extract, a half a jar peanut butter, 2 boxes kosher salt, 1 container of breadcrumbs, 1 jar pickle mix, 1 jar ground mustard, actually I have 2 of those, 1/4 jar taco mix, 1 package cumin, 2 packages vegetable stock, 1 container of cocoa, 1 container of Old Bay, 1 poppy seed, 2 baking powder, 1 cinnamon stick, 2 ground cinnamon, 1 cinnamon sugar, 2 ground cloves, 1 mace, 2 cardamom, 1 allspice, 2 cream of tartar, 2 pumpkin pie spice, 5 nutmeg, 4 ginger, 1/2 seasoned salt, 1/4 kosher salt, 1 Himalayan salt, 1 white pepper, 3 ground cloves, 3 whole cloves, 1 fennel seed, 1 coriander seed, 1 Chinese 5 spice, 1 chicken seasoning, 1 whole peppercorns, 1 small allspice, 1 small white pepper, 1 small ground sage, 4 large curry powders, 1 adobo, 1 Cajun spice, 2 Italian seasoning, 1 cayenne pepper, 1 turmeric, 1 cilantro, 1 bay leaves, 1 cocoa mix, 1 baking soda, 1 slap your mama, also we call Walker & Sons, 1 iodized salt, 1 oregano, 1 parsley, 1 rosemary, 1 basil, 1 Moroccan spice, 1 Berber spice, 1 poultry seasoning, 1 Italian seasoning, 1 thyme, 1 Cajun, 2 cumin, 1 black pepper, 1 ground mustard, 1 saffron, 1 paprika, 1 smoked paprika, 2 garlic powder, 1 onion powder. Now, some of those did repeat, just so you know, because some of them I have little small containers, some I have large containers. Like cumin, I have a flat package, and then I have tall containers, so I just try to keep track of whether it was a package or a small container. So there were repeats of the same seasoning, but different packaging, if that makes sense. So that's all the seasonings I have. So let's move to the upper cabinets. Got my jack there for my charging, but let's move to the upper cabinets and we'll see what we have up there. Okay, so this is mostly for baking and also like little beverage center over here. So over here I have like my teas and my honeys, and I do have some chocolate morsels there. And these are other baking morsels like cranberries, raisins, figs, things like that. Of course, all of the flours and other things that we add, dry milk, sugar. So let me tell you what all is in this cabinet. All right, so in this cabinet, I have 1 bag of sugar and creamers. Those are the little small packets, again, in a bag. 1 bag of tea bags, 3 bags of chai, 2 bags of chamomile, 6 bottles of honey, 1/4 jar of ginger syrup, 1 raspberry leaf tea bottle, 1 Malayan tea bottle, 1 1/2 containers of instant coffee, 1 1/2 bags of chocolate chips, 1 box of green tea, 1 jar of popcorn, a half a jar of pumpkin seeds, 1 box Ticino, 1 bag dried blueberries, 3 bags dried figs, 3 1/2 bags of dried cranberries, 6 large boxes of raisins, 3 small boxes of raisins, 1 large container of flour, had to switch my arms there, 1 bag of egg replacer, 1 bag unbleached flour, unbleached bread flour, 2 bags unbleached regular flour, 1 container cornstarch, 1 bottle of vegan chicken broth flavoring, 1 1/2 jars of flaxseed, 1 1/2 jars nutritional yeast, 1 bag chia seed, 1 container of whole peanuts, 1 container of sugar, 1 bag of sugar, 1 container of oatmeal, 4 bags instant dry milk, 1 jar instant dry milk, 1 box instant dry milk, 1 bag turmeric powder, 1 bag chickpea flour, 1 bag teff flour, and 1 bag gluten-free flour. We're almost done. Just 1 cabinet left. So here's the last one, and this is my last little pantry cabinet, and there's really no rhyme or reason. I mean, generally speaking, this is breakfasty things, and those are bags of things up there, but let me tell you what's in this cabinet. Okay, so in this cabinet, I have 1 box of rice Chex, 1 box of corn Chex, 1 box of chocolate chip pancakes, 1 box instant mashed potatoes, 1 box waffle mix, 1 box of chocolate pudding, 1 box corn muffin mix, 1 box apple cinnamon oatmeal, 2 boxes saltines, 2 boxes taco shells, 1/2 bag jasmine rice, 2.5 jars white rice, 1 bag white rice, 2 1/4 bags brown rice, 1.5 jars navy beans, it's dried navy beans, 1.5 jars dried black beans, 1 1/4 jar lentils, 1 jar quinoa, 1 jar peanuts, 1 box tuna helper, 1 bag loaded baked potatoes, 4 boxes au gratin potatoes, 6 cheese sauce packets, 8 boxes of stovetop, 1 box of elbow macaroni, 2 boxes spaghetti, 2 boxes of gluten-free spaghetti, 1 box gluten-free lasagna, 7 bags of caramel morsels, 1.5 bags chopped pecans, 1 bag peanut butter powder, 1 box of noodle soup, 4 bags of beef ramen, 1 bag of gluten-free ramen, 2 bags of dry black beans, 3 bags of dry northern beans, 3 bags of dry pinto beans, and 1 box of brown sugar Pop-Tart cereal. The end. That is all that I have in my cabinet. Okay, so we've taken an inventory. So what's our next move? So what you want to do is take a look at your inventory after you finished it and see if there's anything that's kind of lingering that you need to use. We have lots of challenges coming up this month. One of the things we're going to do every Friday is a use it up challenge. So usually in your freezer or your fridge or your cabinets, there's something that's just kind of been lingering there for a while and you want to try to use it. Just actually force yourself to find a recipe to make use of it so it doesn't go to waste and actually, make a recipe. So the first week we're going to do a protein, and I think we're going to do a vegetable, and there's just some other items that we're going to do during the month. So make sure you get the calendar. Make sure you go down in the description box, get the link, sign for the email, and get the calendar. You don't have to keep getting emails forever, but if you want to be part of the newsletter, it's going to be really helpful because this week we're just going to be checking in and doing encouraging things through the Low Spend Month Challenge. And we're going to continue it too because we have I have another challenge coming up for February that I'm not announcing yet. But it's going to come off of the Low Spend Month. We're going to have something coming off of it. So anyway, this is going to be a lot of fun, and what we're going to do is today is the day we're going to do our inventory. Tomorrow, of course, Thursday, I always have a grocery haul. So what we want to do is make as many meals as we can using what's already in our inventory. So that way when we go shopping on Thursday, tomorrow, we're only going to be spending 80% of our budget. We're only going to be spending 80% of our budget. So we're going to try to continue to stock up on any of the holes that we see. So like for instance, in my freezer, I know that I have far less beef and fish than I do chicken. So if I can find some good deals on beef and chicken, I can stock up on that and have that in there to balance all the chicken meals that I'm going to be making. So any holes that you see, things that you thought you had that maybe you don't have, like I definitely don't have a lot of bread. I either have to make it or I have to buy it. But anyway, you're going to take this inventory, make a plan based off of what you already have, so that when you go shopping, you're just restocking things at any holes that you have and restocking with sale items that you like to keep on hand at the lowest possible price. And that way next week on Monday, because generally speaking, Mondays are for meal planning, when we go to plan next week's menu plan, you already have plenty of stock in your cabinets, and you can make next week's menu plan off of what's already in here, because next week we're cutting the budget back even more. So this is going to be a fun month. We have lots of activities. It's not just those that I mentioned. We have some double batch cooking. We have slow cooker meals. We have all kinds of stuff coming. So definitely sign up again in the description box. And if you want to join our FFF, which stands for Frugal Family Food, Low Spend Month Challenge group on Facebook, people are there. People are talking. It's been I can barely keep up with it. So there's lots of stuff going on, people helping one another. Go join that group too. Also linked down in the description box. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, thank you for coming and checking out my inventory. I hope it's an encouragement to you. I hope you get your pantry and your fridge organized, cleaned out, and it helps you. Once you get a handle of everything that you have on hand, you can start really making plans based on that and working towards building up your pantry and refreshing it this month. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you will come back tomorrow and you can see my grocery haul and see what I pick up to add to all this inventory. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys next time.